Yes, Sadgurudeo. Good morning to all of you. My name is Situraj. I have joined the Satsang from Connecticut. Welcome to the weekly English Satsang organized by North America Institute of Vihangam Yoga. Before we start the workshop, I would like to offer my prayers to the holy feet of Sadgurudeo. बार बार वंदन करूं सद्गुरुदेव हमार यहाँ वहाँ सब ठाम में महिमा परंपार शरण शरण मैं शरण हूँ हे गुरु बंदी छोर मोहि उबारो हे गुरु यह सो बार निहोर. In the current times, our day-to-day life has become busy in fulfilling our physical and mental requirements and social responsibilities. In this fast-paced routine life, the requirements of the soul are often forgotten. So first, I would like to congratulate each one of you for taking some time from your busy schedule to fulfill the requirements of your soul through satsang. Now, let us move to the next segment where we will practice some light breathing exercises. We will engage in a series of pranayams. Pranayam strengthens the respiratory muscles and increases lung capacity, making breathing more efficient. Deep and controlled breathing promotes relaxation and reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressures, enhances immunity, and improves digestion. There are some mental benefits as well, like increased focus and concentration, enhanced emotional regulations, improved sleep quality, and reduced cognitive decline.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining this daily meditation practice session. As usual, for the next 30 minutes, we will be practicing a couple of breathing exercises such as rigorous breathing, alternate breathing exercise, humming breathing exercise, followed by powerful vibrative sound Aum, prayer, and then Vihangam meditation practice. Welcome to all of you. First of all, we need to calm down our body as well as the whole breathing. So for that reason, we need to stabilize ourselves. Please close your eyes and start observing your breathing pattern. Breathing is life. Breathing is an integral part of every life. Hence, we must be conscious about ourselves, about our breathing. Simply close your eyes and start observing how you inhale and how you exhale. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Forget about your outer surroundings. Just focus on your breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, out. In, out. move to the rigorous breathing, where we inhale, exhale rigorously at a very fast pace. Anyone who is having severe breathing problem, blood pressure problem, or lungs problem, please be careful. Do it slowly. Don't do it rigorously. This will create a little bit of pressure to the lungs. We inhale and exhale on a rigorous basis, and we do this on 1-2-1-2 basis. When you hear 1, please inhale. When you hear 2, please exhale. Basically, you have to do something like this. We do this on counting 1-2-1-2-1-2. Let us begin. 1, inhale. 2, exhale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, two. One, two, 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 one, two. One, two, 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 one, two. One, two, 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 one, two. Just relax. Keep your eyes closed. Continue observing your breathing. Give few seconds to yourself to relax, to come to the normal breathing position. And now we move to alternate breathing exercise where we inhale, exhale alternatively from one of our nostrils at a time. Please use ring finger and thumb to close your nostrils alternatively. We do this also on 1-2-1-2 basis, inhale, exhale basis. When you hear 1, please inhale from one nostril, keeping the other one closed. When you hear 2, switch your nostril and finger and then exhale. Always remember that you have to switch your nostril and finger only before exhalation, not at the time when you are inhaling. Let us begin. 1, inhale from one nostril. Switch. 2. 1. Switch. 2. 1. Switch. 2. 1. Switch. 2. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. Inhale. Switch. Exhale. exhale. In, switch out. In, switch out. One, switch two. One, switch two. Just relax. And now we move to another vibrative sound, which is humming sound, humming breathing exercise. This breathing exercise creates lots of vibration inside our mouth, which goes above to the head. This cures our headache problem and migraine problem if we practice it on a regular basis. How we do? We first close our eyes, cover it up with our fingers as shown in the picture in the slide. We use the thumbs to close the ears completely. Mouth will be closed normally, and then we inhale deeply through nose, exhale longer from nose itself. Along with exhalation, we do a humming sound through our throat, something like this. This humming sound will continue only when you exhale, not at the time when you are inhaling, only when you exhale. We do this for 5 times, and you have to count 5 times on your own based on your own lungs capacity. And once you finish your counting, keep your eyes closed, continue observing yourself, your breathing. Once everyone will finish, we move forward to the next section. Let us start the process for 5 times, please. Just relax. And with this now, we move towards another powerful vibrative sound, which is called Aum, made up of 3 sub-sounds, A, U and M, which we produce through our throat. We do this for 11 times. This powerful vibrative sound creates lots of positive energy around us, impacting our body as well as our mind, which helps us during the meditation time. You may keep your eyes closed. Inhale deeply 11 times, please. relax.
Now we will move to the next segment. The next segment is Warriors of the Week. We just want to recognize the warriors who practiced every day meditation. So we all know the best time to meditate is Brahma Muhurt, which is between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. But most of us are unable to take advantage of this. To encourage all of us, NAIVY has started a WhatsApp group called Brahma Muhurt Warriors. Goal for participants is to practice Brahma Muhurt meditation on their own and report status on the group by sending done as a message on the web. There is no session to join. If you are interested in joining the group, please let us know and we will send you the link. It's time to congratulate warriors of the week who have meditated in Brahma Muhurt every single day of the week. So we have Surya Alamraju ji, Rajesh Sagar ji, Yogesh Sagar ji, Radha ji, Subhash ji, Manoj Gupta ji, and Saroj Gupta ji. Inductees of the week are those who have meditated for at least one day of the week. And here's the list. Niranjan ji from Atlanta, Amit Talikar ji, Maya Verma ji, Monica ji, Srirang ji, Vijay Kumar ji, Anjali Kumar ji, Ranjani ji, Seema Singh ji, Ravi Shankar ji, Ajay Mazar ji, Mukesh Kumar ji, Niranjan Kumar ji, and Dev Miller ji. Thanks to NAMI for such a great initiative and warriors and activists of the week to encourage all of us. It is inspiring to see that the list is growing day by day. We started this initiative with a very small group of people, maybe just 2 or 3, and now we have reached to a big number. That is very encouraging. We'll now transition to Vihangam Yoga fundamentals. The next phase of the satsang is this Vihangam Yoga fundamentals. This is an interactive session. This will help us deepen our understanding and confidence in sharing the profound teachings of Vihangam Yoga. By joining us in full strength on Sunday satsangs, we can collectively build a stronger and more confident NAIVY Samaj. Let us come together with open hearts and minds to learn, grow, and inspire each other. Our instructor for the day is none other than the Pradhan Sevak of Vihangam Yoga, which is Vijay Kumar ji. He is a very sincere disciple of Sadgurudeo and inspires us with his seva bhav and devotion. He is from New Jersey and he is also working in an IT company. We have had the opportunity to listen to him in the past satsangs who indulge in deep spiritual knowledge. I would like to request to Vijay to build up upon the last week's session on 6. I think, no, it's not 6 eternal liturgies, it's just 2 forms of Sadguru. Over to you, Vijay.
So before we move on to the topic, let us build up on the breathing exercises that we were enjoying. We'll sit silently and also complete our chanting part. I request everyone to please chant along with me the Gayatri mantra. We will chant 5 rounds of Gayatri mantra. Everybody, please keep the eyes closed. Bhuvah swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo devasya dhimahi Dhiyo yo nah Prachodaya. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. With Gayatri Mantra, we pray the Almighty that please guide our consciousness to the righteous path. When we pray Almighty, who is always present in the conscious form, who is always pervading through all of us, He is the closest entity for the soul. He is inside our soul. He is also spread outside in every coordinate of this creation. He is omnipresent. It is omnipresent. There is not a single space where the vastness of the Almighty does not pervade. Rather, everything exists inside the vastness of the Almighty itself. But despite the Almighty is the closest entity, the vastest entity, it is not evident to our eyes. It's not visible to our eyes. And this is where the subject of Sadguru comes into picture. परमेश्वर जीव साथ है अमित काल गए बीत जीव त्रिताप छूटा नहीं बिन सद्गुरु महप्रीत. We all individual soul and the Almighty is always together. But despite being together, we are untouched. We are untouched by the bliss of Almighty. What is the reason behind it? Because we do not have that divine experience. We do not have access to that divinity which is present inside all of us. And to give that access, to grant that access, we need Sadguru's power. This is the importance of Sadguru. So Sadguru is not one who will just speak about the knowledge, but Sadguru is the one who will unfold that divinity to you, which is already present everywhere. So let us understand which Sadguru we are talking about. As we saw in the title by the host, that Sadguru is in two forms. Sadguru is in the pure conscious form, always present, close to everybody. If you read Atharvaved, Atharvaved says, Anti santam na jahatyanti santam na pashyati. Devasya pashya kavyam na mamar na jiryati. Atharvaved says that the holy saint exists close to everybody. We cannot see that holy guide with our naked eyes. That entity is eternally present, free from birth and death. That entity has no aging. That entity eternally exists. And when Sadguru Satafal Devji Maharaj, during his meditative journey, experienced that entity, that eternal guide, eternal master, which he called as Nityanadi Sadguru, he said, he expressed his experience. He being just, primary school educated kid who then grew up just in the pursuit of spiritual seeking, spiritual answers. He had no education of any sort, but what he learned through his own meditative journey is very extraordinary. And what he wrote in Swarved was the direct experience of his, direct expression of his experience. So in Swarved, then he says, है समीप देखे नहीं वह, है समीप दिखे नहीं वह देखे सब कोई, जरा मृत्यु नहीं ताहि में कह पंडित वह कोई. There is one eternal guide which is close to everybody. That entity is watching everyone, but nobody can see him. That entity does not die, nor it ever ages. And then he's asking all those literate who are scholars of Vedas and ancient scriptures. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is asking, do you know about that another entity, about the eternal guide? Kah Pandit Vah Koi. Who is that entity which is close to everybody, watching everyone, working with every soul for upliftment towards Almighty? Many people mistake that entity being the Almighty alone. And this is where Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj clarifies that there are Almighty's energy which is closest to everyone, and then there is another entity called Sadguru, the eternal Sadguru, which is also closest to everyone. So after this, when we read Rig Ved, that clarifies further on that messenger of Almighty. It says, Tva dutam agne amritam yuge yuge, havya vaham dadhir payu medium, deva sasya marta sasya jagrivim vibhum, vishwapatim namasha nishedire. So Rig Veda is talking about one eternal messenger of Almighty, meaning there is an entity which is eternally existing, and that eternal messenger of Almighty is one that descends down to this mortal land in every yuga. चारों युग में प्रकट हो सार शब्द उपदेश. The same entity descends down to this mortal land in every yuga. And what it does? It liberates the soul which is in ignorance. करे मुक्ति जग जीव की पहुंचे अपने देश. It liberates the soul which is in bondages. So the entity which comes down to liberate the soul in bondage is the messenger of Almighty. And that eternal master itself, when the knowledge is not there, when that Brahma Vidya knowledge has gone into oblivion, is lost in this world, then that eternal master himself appear in a human form. In all the four yugas, this has already happened. The same eternal master appeared in Satyug as Munindra, in Dwapar Yug as Karunamay, Satyug as Satsukritdev, sorry, Satyug as Satsukritdev, Treta as Munindra, Dwapar as Karunamay, and in Kali Yug as Sahib Kabir. You may not have known so much about the other three appearances of the eternal master, eternal Sadguru, Nityanadi Sadguru, Sat Sukrit Dev or Munindra or Karunamay. But you definitely have known little bit about Sahib Kabir. It is the same eternal master who appears in the mortal land in a human form to be able to interact with the human beings who are ignorant. And when the eternal master appears in the mortal land, he does not take birth, but he appears. He just makes the human body and appears. And then whenever he wishes, he will transform the body back to something else and disappear. If you know little bit about Sahib Kabir was not born. He was found by Julahas, just the bank of a river over the lotus flower in a child form. And then at the end, when Hindus and Muslims were, debating that I'll burn this body, I'll, bury this body. When they remove the sheet, the bed sheet or the blanket from top of his body, they found the body is no more there. The body has transformed into flowers because that body was not the one that came out of a mother's womb. It was made by the Sadguru himself, and he just disintegrated that body into flowers and disappeared. So, in every era, in every yuga, when the eternal master himself comes down in a human form, he would have no parents. He is not born out of any parents, but he just appears in this mortal land. This we are talking about the eternal, the conscious form of Sadguru himself, one entity that eternally exists, who is always there. Whether this yuga will end, whether this creation will end, whether it exists or doesn't exist, whether it is pralaya or srishti, that entity will always be there. And so Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, that's why he's, kind of making it clear by expressing intellectually also basic fundamentals. Just think about it. When the creation happens, and the first time when with Sankalpik Srishti, by the wish of Almighty, when all different forms of life come into existence, at that point of time, how would this wisdom of God realization be known to the human being? There has to be some originator. Who is that originator of yoga? ब्रह्म विद्या अरु योग का आदि गुरु है कौन? ऋषि मुनि योगी शिष्य है, कहो पुरुष वह कौन? Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is asking this in Svarved. Who is the originator of yoga? Who is the one who first speak about the Brahma Vidya, about how to liberate from this life, the physical life, and attain your purest Hansa Deha? Go back to your own home from where you had fallen down into physicality. This wisdom of enlightenment is brought down to the creation by one special entity. This is what he's highlighting. And that entity does not come in any mother's womb. He says, कर्म पाशे नहीं, नाही गर्भ में आए. He does not come into any mother's womb and takes birth. That entity is free from birth and death. He is free from karma. He is not bound to karma. That eternal master. Further, he clarifies, if you are thinking about that eternal master as being any deva, he says, Dev yaksh kinnar nahi, nahi manuj avatar. ऋषि मुनि योगी है नहीं, कौन पुरुष यह न्यार? That entity is not any deva, not yaksh, not kinnar, nor any particular human incarnation. It is not limited to just one human identity. Rather, the entity that Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is talking about is eternally existing, not bound to just one human form. So he's saying, I'm not talking about just one avatar, but I'm talking about somebody who is not a rishi, not a muni, not a yogi, not any deva, not yaksh, not kinnar, but it's different from all of them. जीव न शिव न ईश है, ब्रह्म न पूरण ब्रह्म। सृष्टि मुक्ति एक सम रहे, कौन पुरुष यह धर्म। He's saying that an entity is not like one of us. It's not ordinary soul, not even the elevated soul, the Shiv, Shuddhatma, neither any other form of deities, nor Akshar Brahm or Parabrahm. He is clarifying further here that I am not talking about the Almighty. It is totally a different entity. शुद्ध बुद्ध निर्बंध है यहाँ वहां सब ठाम, अद्भुत महिमा ताहि की कौन पुरुष कहूँ नाम. So if it is neither of these, then who is that entity? He's asking all this to the scholars of Vedas, Pandits, who have read these ancient scriptures, but might have missed the real essence of some of those dohas that was shared here from Atharvaved, Rigved, which talks about the messenger of Almighty. And then further in Swarved, Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj clarifies here that Brahma Vidya Aru Yoga ka Adi Guru hai Sant, Ved Char Guna Gavahi Bodhit Bhed Anant. The Nityanadi Sadguru is one for whom the first term, the Sant, was used. The Sant word is actually for that eternal master. And those who follow the principle and the wisdom of eternal master is called the, you can say, the Sant Mat Pathik, the one who goes in the path of the philosophy of the Sant. So all other followers of that wisdom that comes from the eternal master himself is actually called Sant. But today, in general, we have started using the word Sant for everybody, whether they are in alignment with the Sant, the real Sant, which is the eternal Sadguru, or whether they have their own philosophy which is not in alignment with the eternal Sadguru. We we add the word Sant for everybody. But this is not how the Vedas says. This is not how it was originally, you know, adorning the word Sant as. Sant was primarily to be used for the Sadguru and the follower of Sadguru. So Sadgurudeo says that the same eternal master has been known in ancient scriptures as the word called Aj, Sukrit, Sant, Atri, Hiranyagarbha, Dutam. And that Sadguru is eternal. Just as the Sadguru is eternal, the knowledge to attain Almighty, the Brahma Vidya, is also eternal. We don't have to redesign that knowledge ever. Whenever Sadguru appears, he brings down the same Brahma Vidya knowledge. It does not have any adulteration with time. Anything which is eternal, it is eternal, free from the time. It's not that it will be in certain format in Kali Yuga and certain other format in Sati Yuga. There is nothing, any adulteration or change in that very process of Brahma Vidya. It remains as it is because the Almighty is eternal. Sadguru is eternal. So the process to attain Almighty is also eternal. And that eternal technique, knowledge, is called Brahma Vidya. So Sadgurudev highlights here that just as the Sadguru is eternal, the Brahma Vidya knowledge is also eternal. And the same eternal knowledge is brought down by the eternal Sadguru in all four yugas. And then further Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj clarifies here that the same eternal master which is in avyakta form, avyak meaning it is not visible to our naked eyes, but he he is in conscious form. He is in the pure conscious form, just like the Almighty is the pure conscious form. The Sadguru is also avyakt pure conscious form. But the same conscious form of Sadguru also appears in this mortal life in a Vyakta form so that the ignorant beings can interact with them. So Vyakt और अव्यक्त है सदगुरु दोए स्वरूप अनुभव गति अव्यक्त है अंतर शब्द. That's why it is mentioned in Swarved that Vyakt or Avyakt, the two forms of Sadguru exist, but the one that is eternal form of Sadguru is Avyakta form, whereas the Vyakta form is time bound. Vyakta form of Sadguru, meaning the same Sadguru will appear in a human form for certain period of time and then disappear. Now, when the eternal master himself disappears, how would the eternal technique of Brahma Vidya will stay here, will continue here? This is where the other forms of Vyakta Sadguru come into picture. There are Abhyas Siddha Sadguru, there are Parampara Sadguru, and there is Swayam Siddha Sadguru, other than Nityanadi Sadguru. But all other form of human form of Sadguru is empowered by this true Sadguru, the eternal form of Sadguru. Only when they are empowered by the eternal Sadguru who we spoke about all this while, this eternal Sadguru has to empower the human form, then that human form becomes the representative of the Sadguru entity. If we all call Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj as Sadguru, he was not the representative of Sadguru when he was born. Rather, he became Sadguru, or rather, he was given the authority of Sadguru by the eternal master. Only when he was authorized and the power was transferred to him by the eternal master, by the eternal Sadguru, the Nityanadi Sadguru, who appeared in front of him in a human form and then gave the power of Sadguru to him. When the power was transferred into his soul, from then on he became Abhyas Siddha Sadguru. So any Vyakta form of Sadguru would be the representative of the eternal master, eternal Nityanadi Sadguru. Only when eternal Sadguru himself will choose him to represent the Sadguru entity. Sadguru is not created or chosen by the others group of people. Sadguru is not to be assumed that, okay, because I have become enlightened, I am Sadguru. Sadguru is not the term to be used even for any name, because Sadguru truly is one who represent the eternal power of Sadguru. And without the authority, without the stamping by the eternal master, nobody can attain that power, because the power is with eternal master. Only when eternal master transfers that power, then that representative in the human form, which is the Vyakta form of Sadguru, would be able to exercise the power of Sadguru. And only when the power of Sadguru is exercised, then the practitioner of meditation would benefit to transcend from the inertness to the world of consciousness. Otherwise, that transition is not possible. Without the power of Sadguru, any seeker cannot transition. They cannot transition from the confinement within the inert world to the domain of consciousness, where the Sadguru is experienced, the Akshar Brahm is experienced, Almighty is experienced. All these experiences are hidden until Sadguru discloses it. So there are so much more to talk about Sadguru, but I would take a pause here and I will invite people to ask any questions or anything else that they want to add. Thank you so much.
Just Gurudev, Vijayji, I have one
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
Uh, is there always will be a one Sadguru present, or there could be more than one? Because this question is from the viewpoint of we hear Brahm Vidya from different speakers or different, enlightened being, but some follow some kind of a path, some other, but they all say we are talking about Brahm Vidya. So then the question comes, if you talk about Brahm Vidya to one person who already is aware, but then there could be some differences. So the point is always Sadguru going to be one at a time that should be followed, or any other comment that you may have?
Sure. See, when we talk about Almighty, we can understand the vastness of Almighty is such that there is absolutely no scope for two Almighty. There is just one Almighty that pervades everything, and He's close to everybody, watching everybody all the time. And we saw that in the beginning when took the references from ancient scriptures, it speaks about the same thing for Sadguru as well. That Sadguru is also another entity which is close to everybody, watching everyone. One Sadguru is capable to reach everybody. Now, whether the Sadguru is in the human form, either himself appears in the human form, or he empowers, he chooses one soul to represent his power. The limited human form, seems to be limited, and it feels that, okay, now once the human appearances has come, now the power is limited. But that is just because we have perception of a human being to have a limited power. But despite Sadguru appears in a human form, the non-human power, the unborn form of Sadguru is always functional. Unborn form of Sadguru is always functional. It is just that when anybody has to reach or interact with Sadguru, you require one human form. Even when a yogi who is meditating and is being guided in the cave, he do not he does not need to he does not need to know what is the form of Sadguru at this point of time if his seeking is very intense. Because what happens is, if the present human form, if he is located in any part of the world, if that seeker is intensely seeking this knowledge, that human form will appear at his place. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj has done that several times. People meditating in the closed door. Once Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj was adorned with that power. Then he was always watching every disciple in the entire world. And he can appear close to anybody at any point of time. The sadhaks in the present time, those who are elevated to the level of consciousness, they have experienced the divinity of the present Sadguru Swatan Devji Maharaj, who is Parampara Sadguru. So in this chain of Sadguru power, whichever human form is endowed with the Sadguru power, when they pass on that power to the next generation, next guru, at that point of time, the present form, the human form of Sadguru is just that entity. But then it does not mean that the other entities who had hold the Sadguru power before that, in that form, Sadguru will not come. That is not the case. Even today also, people get the experience of Sahib Kabir, people get the experience of Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, people get the experience of Pratham Parampara Sadguru Dhamchand Devji Maharaj, and Sadguru Swatan Devji Maharaj himself has given darshan to many in the remotest place. One being my brother himself, my brother when he was in deep danger. Then Sadguru showed that Leela. And there's so much to actually share about it, but all in a nutshell, I'll say that at one point of time, whichever body is chosen to represent Sadguru, that alone holds that Sadguru power. And it does not limit the reach of that Sadguru to the entire world, even though the single human form is holding that power. The reach of Sadguru is still the entire world. It is just that the seekers are very less. Sadguru is here for the true seekers, true seekers. Anybody in any part of the world, if they are genuinely deserving seeker for the Brahma Vidya, Sadguru will reach them, whether he is physically over there or he divinely appears in that location. But Sadguru has access to everybody. So when the Sadguru's power is so much, when he's already having access to everything, there's no scope of second form of Sadguru at that point of time. Now, you find other enlightened souls who are also helping elevate the righteousness in the world. And they are doing exactly what is needed to elevate the quotient of righteousness, make people incline towards spirituality. All these are preparing the eligibility for the soul to finally connect to Sadguru, the true form of Sadguru. So when you find any other gurus, whether the people start calling them with the title Sadguru, or many people also start writing their name as Sadguru so and so, you know. So all that are self-acclaimed Sadguru. But at one point of time, the the one human form is given the authority of Sadguru by the eternal master. Yes.
Thank you, Vijayji. Very well explained. Appreciate it.
That's why it is said, And Mandalakar hai, व्यापक विश्व महान सो सदगुरु का रूप है अनुभव में पहचान. That Sadguru is already Vyapak. He is Sarvatra, meaning that entity is already having access to everything. We are talking about the Sadguru. We are not talking about any Rishi, Muni, Yogi. It is, this entity is totally different, much more powerful than any enlightened yogi. We are not talking about enlightened yogi, Muni, but this entity is one who enlightens the yogi. Anybody who goes in the cave and practice and comes enlightened through practice, who enlightens them? Is it the Almighty who enlightens them? No. This is where the Sadguru comes into picture. Any rishis, muni who have practiced meditation and got enlightenment, who enlightened them? It is the Sadguru. One Sadguru who holds the power and the knowledge of Brahma Vidya. He is always guiding all the souls and enlightens the deserving one when they are eligible for this. So I think with this, we'll conclude for today's discussion and we'll take it forward next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vijayji. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you for your valuable guidance and teachings on Vihangam Yoga fundamentals. Your expertise and dedication are definitely helping us enrich our understanding brick by brick and empower us to share this profound knowledge with others. Now, I'd like to request anyone who has joined this session for the very first time, please come forward and introduce yourself. Like, how did you come to know about this satsang session? Or with regards to today's discussion, if you have any other questions, please come forward.
Hi, my name is Nagini. I have been to Vihangam Yoga for the past month. from the past month. Surya ji guided me for into the Vihangam Yoga, and I'm really enjoying it. So I got to know about it from Zoom meeting, and thank you. Like Meetup, from Meetup, I got to know about it. I was requesting for the meditation session. Then Surya ji pinged me in Meetup, like we can have a meditation session, and my Guruji is like my Guruji is Surya ji, and Vijay ji only helped me to get into Vihangam Yoga. Thank you, Vijay ji. And also Anjali ji also helped me for giving guidance for breathing, and she only introduced me to breathing exercise, and then Surya ji is my teacher now.
Thank you, Nagini. Anyone else?
Sorry.
No, I said
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah.
thank you for
Anyone else?
joining.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vijay ji.
Yeah, thank you for joining. We are very happy that you are joining. You are having good time with Vihangam Yoga. In Vihangam Yoga, Nagini ji, we always keep it very clear that all the authorized instructors, whether it is Surya ji, Anjali ji, me, or anybody else, we are all just disciple like you. Okay, we are just the medium to connect you with the Guru. The only Guru in Vihangam Yoga is the Sadguru himself. And the present Sadguru is Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj. Okay? And Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj, who has received this power from Sadguru Dhamchand Devji Maharaj, Sadguru Dhamchand Devji Maharaj received this power from Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. So even the present master, Sadguru Sultan Devji Maharaj, is so humble that despite having the same power with him, he will always say that everybody consider Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj as your guru. He will always say that हमारे जो गुरु है, our guru is Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, because it was because of him that this knowledge appeared again. Only because he practiced and sought this knowledge intensely, that Nityanadi Sadguru, the eternal Sadguru, had to appear again and give this power and authority to Sadguru Sadafal Deji Maharaj. He revived this knowledge. In Kali Yuga also, after Kabir Sahib, when he left his body, the purest form of this knowledge was lost. Whatever different different forms of knowledge existed, they are all the fragments. They are not in entirety. And that's why Sadguru Sadafal Deji Maharaj, he went length and breadth of India to find the answers that he had. He had just one question, that if Almighty is non-physical, if he is conscious, how to attain the experience of consciousness? I want to attain that state where I can experience that purest conscious form of Almighty. And he went all different sects, beliefs, and perfected all of them. He became the greatest Hatha yogi of his time. He became the greatest mantra yogi of his time. There was not a single path that he did not perfect. He was at the peak of everything, everything. If he would have wished to become a Hatha yogi, he would have become the greatest Hatha yogi of his time. But he did not stop there, because his question was still not answered even after perfecting all of them. And that's when he became very, very upset. He became so upset that in the entire world, this very knowledge does not exist. How can I attain this knowledge now? When his seeking was so intense that then Sadguru himself had to appear in front of him. And then he gave him the technique of Brahma Vidya, which was known as Vihangam Yoga. The reason it was recoined in the name of Vihangam Yoga because there were different forms of yoga prevalent at that point of time. Everybody was going after yoga, and so and all those yoga were the fragments of the complete journey, which actually culminates into union with Almighty. The real yoga was lost. So Sadguru Siddhafal Deji Maharaj wanted to kind of knock everybody and say, wake up. There is one Vihangam Yoga, which is about coming out of the body and attaining your own purest state, and then attain the union with Almighty from your own abode of soul. This is what Vihangam is. The bird is which flies high above the ground, leaving all the bases, be on your own, and then just be free. So Vihangam Yoga, just the name of Brahma Vidya technique only. And he brought this up, he revived this. And he then prepared all the programs and templates, and through that template only everything is happening. Even after he left his body, things are happening in Vihangam Yoga as Sadguru Sadafal Deji Maharaj has already designed. And he has already said that this Vihangam Yoga knowledge will spread in the entire world in 6 generations. Right now, it is the 3rd generation in Vihangam Yoga. It is the 3rd Guru. After Sadguru Siddhafal Deji Maharaj came Sadguru Dhamchand Deji Maharaj, and presently it is Sadguru Sutan Deji. It is the 3rd generation. It will go further 3 more generations. And after 6 generations, again this power of Sadguru will be withdrawn. Again, this knowledge won't be available directly from the Sadguru himself, because Sadguru flow will be withdrawn in this 6 generations. Whoever are eligible for this knowledge will be already chosen. And after that, because the eligibility of soul will not exist at that point of time, there'll be a break. And that is always the case. It takes time for soul to prepare for this knowledge. And that's why there are different other saints who then keep working. All different saints who we think, the other gurus and all, what are they doing? They are making the fertile ground for Sadguru to come again and then collect those eligible souls. So all saints are respected. All are doing their own duties. They are elevating people, preparing people for eventually for Sadguru to take them to the abode of immortality. So, to make it clear, we all are the medium for for people to connect to Sadguru. None of us are Guru. We are all disciples. If you want to consider the Guru, then consider Sadguru Srafal Devji Maharaj as our Guru, and Sadguru Swatantra Devji Maharaj as the human form of the Guru. Okay, so they are our Guru in Vihangam Yoga. None of us are Guru. Okay, none of us are to be called as Guru. We are all disciples. Yes.
Sadgurudeo, Vijayaji, very beautifully explained. One thing I wanted to maybe add was, I think when we do sadhana of Sadguru, we always do it in front of the Sadafal Devji Maharaj, but we reminisce the picture of Sadafal Devji Maharaj and also Dharmchandra Devji Maharaj and the Vartaman Sadguru Swatantra Devji Maharaj. Is that the right way? Like you reminisce the picture of all the 3, and of course you are, or is it more to focus on one picture in the mind? Yeah.
Whichever picture we can connect ourselves with, that is fine.
जी
That
जी
is
जी
absolutely fine. Fine, yeah, because it is the same stream of power flowing. It's like in channel. Sadhguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is receiving that power, then it is coming to Sadguru Dhamchandji Maharaj, and it is further passing to present master, and then from present master Sadguru Sudan Devji Maharaj, it is spreading in the entire world. So they are in the same channel. It is one stream of Sadguru power flowing through them. So whether you tap onto the originator of this Vihangam Yoga, Sadguru Sudafal Devji Maharaj, or Dhamchandji Maharaj, or the present master, we are connecting to the same stream of Sadguru power. So it is totally up to us. But I must tell you one thing here, that there was one yogi in Vihangam Yoga history. He he was very, I would say, sincere follower of Vihangam Yoga technique, and he he was eligible enough to be initiated even into the fifth stage of Vihangam Yoga. He had perfected all the third up to third stage of Vihangam Yoga. He was able to transition himself into the domain of consciousness. But there, he was struggling to pass through the 11th door. When he was meditating, he was not able to go further subtle to enter into the 11th door to finally attain the experience of Almighty. He had this struggle for many months and maybe couple of years. And then finally, he had to surrender to the present master because he had no way to get the answer from anybody else, but only the present master. And when he surrendered in the sense, prior to that, he was always, because he was feeling connection with Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. He had only Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, the form of Sadguru in his mind, and was making very good progress. In fact, Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj used to appear and also guide him in the journey of meditation. But for some reason, he had created little difference between the present master and Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. This created the friction for his progress. He had this very iota of difference between present master and Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. And this was what was blocking his progress. So the day he surrendered, he came to the feet of Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj. His tears started flowing out of his eyes. And without present master uttering any word to him, maybe Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj gave him that enlightenment within himself, but he understood. It is in his words, the disciple is saying that only when I started bowing down to the present form of Sadguru, which is Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj, when I considered that all of them are same, it is the same power which is present now in the present master. When the differences that I had in my mind became zero, when it went away, then the very next day I was able to make the progress. So at any point of time, It is our choice, whichever form we want to remember as Sadguru. But at no point we should ever have this feeling within ourselves that Sadguru Satan Devji Maharaj is different from Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. It is all power, all experiences that Sadafal Devji Maharaj had is already with Sadguru Satan Devji Maharaj as well. Sadguru Satan Devji Maharaj is equally capable to do everything that Sadafal Devji Maharaj can do. So it is totally up to us, whichever form we want to connect to, but with definitely having no differences in mind. We should not feel either way. If let's say Sadhguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj is coming into our mind, it doesn't mean that we are not considering the present master as complete. So present master is also equally complete. It is just that in the process, because there are 6 generations to come, and to keep the you can say the process similar in all the 6 generations, all these parampara Sadguru, they always want all of us to remember Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, that form as Sadguru, so that despite all these parampara Sadguru keep changing, the process for us to remember Sadguru remains the same. Yes, that's why we remember Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. But if you ask me personally, I remember Sadguru Sudan Devji Maharaj because in my lifetime, since I am born, for me, the form of Sadguru is Sadguru Sudan Devji Maharaj. So I feel equally connected to Sadguru by remembering Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj. All my prayers that I make, I remember Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj to pass my prayer. And equally, I receive the reflection from the Guru to prove that he is listening to me. So I have no reason to think anything else but Sadguru Sutan Devji Maharaj as my present Sadguru. Yes.
Thank you, Vijay. One other question I had was when the 6 Sadguru Parampara completes, and then the Sadguru worshipping will continue in avyakta form. So, what difference will it create in the sadhak's uh,
Right.
ability
Well,
to attain the
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is very good question. Ideally, I wanted to cover that in the next week when I'm talking about the Vyakt form of Sadguru and the importance of the Vyakta form of Sadguru. But I'll touch briefly here. When Kabir Sahib himself was there, then the Sadguru power was flowing through him, evidently to anybody. Now, when Sadguru human form is not there, then the avyakta form of Sadguru is definitely not reachable by normal human being. When Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj was seeking this knowledge, he had to wander all different length and breadth of India to find this wisdom, despite the fact that eternal master was always watching him, always guiding him. But it took so much time for us to connect to Brahma Vidya technique. It is so simple. We know that, okay, this is the human form of Sadguru. I just have to go to surrender and ask for this knowledge. And then whatever the Guru will instruct, if he asks us to do seva, we'll do seva for few years. And whenever he finds us eligible, he will enlighten us with the higher stages of Vihangam Yoga technique. It is so easy and convenient when the Vyakta form of Sadguru is present. But when Vyakta form of Sadguru is not present, then we need to become the deep seeker like Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj. But the problem is, that intense seeking that Sadafaldeji Maharaj had, for which Eternal Master then chose to appear in front of him. We all, or many people in the world, or the majority of us, are way behind that seeking that Sadafaldeji Maharaj had. Only when we become the deep seeker, the true seeker like Sadafaldeji Maharaj, then only Eternal Master will appear. He will not just keep appearing for everybody who is not even ready for it. So when the flow of Sadguru power is withdrawn, and when only the conscious form of Sadguru exists and no human form exists, then it becomes very, it requires one to become a deep seeker for Eternal Master to appear in a human form. And this is why what happens is when people are like, let's say, superficial practitioner, they are not the deep, real practitioner of spirituality. They will read books, they will read Vihangam Yoga books, they will read Svarved, they will know it in theory. Okay, these are the things. They will practice. There might be even Guru existing, but then without holding the Sadguru power. Just like in Kabir Panthi, there are many streams of Kabir Panthis today, but if Kabir Sahib's power, if Sadguru's power would have existed there, then Sadafal Deji Maharaj would have found this answer from them. But only because that power is no more there, it needed to be revived. It needed to be brought back in the purest form again. And that's why Vihangam Yoga started. So same thing will happen with Vihangam Yoga after 6 generations. After 6 generations, the book will be there, the knowledge will be there, but the power will not be there. And when the power is not there, then there is no inner pull, there is no inner journey, there is no inner conscious experience. All the experiences which is in the domain of consciousness, they will be hidden. Without Sadguru's power, those experiences are gone. Only the physical experience will remain. First three stages of experience will still remain. There are still, different mudras, Chachari mudra, Bhuchari mudra, Agochari mudra, different mudras which take us to these three stages, the first stage, the second stage, and third stage of Vihangam Yoga. Those mudras also give us the experiences. The yogis who are able to hear the Panchabrahmandi Shabd, they are able to hear the Anhad. Even Sadafal Devji Maharaj, before he attained the Sadguru's connection, he was already hearing all the Anhads, all the Panchabrahmandi Shabd through his Hatha Yoga practice, Mantra Yoga practice, different mudras that he had practiced in his journey. He had attained all those feat before even he got Sadguru. So the first three stages of experiences will remain, but the fourth and fifth stage, which is the real yoga, that will go into oblivion. It will be lost. Only the book will remain, the theory will remain, but the experiences will not happen. It will happen only to those for whom eternal master will find eligibility for him to appear and guide that particular seeker. And he has been doing even now. He will guide silently that soul will get elevated, will liberate, and nobody in the world will know this activity. That is all happening already. Even today, there could be many, many souls who are in isolation. They are practicing deeply or seeking this knowledge deeply. An eternal master is appearing in front of them, guiding them, elevating them, and liberating them. All these activities still going on, but it's very rare. It's very rare to become that eligible. So that will be the situation.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to add one thing, Bijaji. You just, it is so consistent with everything that I have learned is even the Mahapurushas, they are talking about, then when we do bhakti in the conventional way that you were talking about, then it has to be nirantar, ananya. And the way they define is like when you pour a oil from a jug, and there's no discontinuity in the flow, versus when you pour the water, there's a discontinuity. So that nirantarta has to be like that. Only then there's a possibility, and that is so durlabh, so rare to have it possible. And it's also apparently mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is talking about exactly that. When Arjuna asks him, like, how should I get to you? How should I find you? He says that ananya nirantar, you have to keep doing like this bhakti. There's a tail jo hai is never discontinuous. And if you cannot do that, then go to the guru. So so definitely so this whole concept of Sadguru project is about really making it more practicable for larger population. And it is very, very consistent. So there's no ek boond matra bhi, there's no variance actually in the concept. The only problem is that when people begin to adopt a certain path of chanting or whatnot, right, kirtan and bhajan, and they begin to get certain experiences like you were saying, and they think that, okay, this is it, I'm gonna make it, and they create a lot of namaprad. They begin to not listen, and they're not open, they're not seeking, and that is it. That's where the door shuts down. I think that's my understanding. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, over to you, Rituraj.
Yeah. So thank you all of you. Now we will move to the last phase, which is Shanti part. I request everyone to sit down for Shanti part. In Shanti part, we chant for peace. Everyone in this universe, may Sadgurudeo bless the entire cosmos with peace, love, and prosperity. I would like to request Nehaji to recite the last few lines of Shanti part for us. Over to you, Nehaji.
जय सद्गुरुदेव। हे प्रभु शांति स्वरूप हो, शांति शांतिमय शांति, शांति शांति जन शांति हो, पूर्ण शांतिमय शांति। हे प्रभु शांति प्रदान कर, दूर हो सर्व शांति। देव सदा फल शांतिमय, शांति शांति सुख शांति। जय सद्गुरुदेव।
Thank you, Nehaji. I would like to thank all of you for joining today's satsang. I encourage everyone to ponder upon the topic that we discussed today. So another entity from the 6 entities and that we discuss, eternalities, Sadguru. I would like to extend heartfelt thanks to Anupji, Vijayji, Mukeshji, Naginiji, Nehaji, Niranjanji, and Utkarshji for actively engaging in the session, and for the team behind this for organizing and coordinating this satsang. Now, I pray to Sadgurudeo for peaceful and spiritual week ahead for all of us. See you all next Sunday at 9 a.m. on the same Zoom session. Have a wonderful day and week ahead. Jai Sadgurudeo.